I'll be the first one to hit you, nobody. Whoa.
Hey yo, you ain't fuck me, you fuck the old body. You ain't fuck Nikki, you fuck Nicole body. Ain't no moms on this here nobody. Go up with their heads, these bitches is nobody.
It's George here, and today is gonna be the story time about how I got kicked out at 16. Yes, guys, how I got kicked out at 16. So if you want to catch all the tea, stay tuned. Okay, so I'm gonna just start with a little backstory. So it's always been me and my mom. And then when I was around about like 9, my mom got pregnant with my sister, and she had my sister. So my dad got murdered when I was 2.5. So my mom's been a single mom, like, coming all the way up. So recently, which was last year, when I turned 16, around the time I turned 16, she met a guy. We gonna get them names, okay? So my mom, and then the guy name is gonna be Major Payne. So she met Major Payne at church. But remind you, coming up, my mom been religious, but not as heavy as she is now. So she always been religious. I wasn't able to like be myself, but like growing up, like it was always like I was always different from the regular boys. Like I wouldn't like sometimes I used to when I was really young. I used to play basketball with the boys in the neighborhood and this and the third. But as I got older, like I just want your average boy. Like I didn't want to do what all the other boys were doing. I didn't want to play sports. Like that just wasn't my cup of tea. Like, and it was all because like all my life I knew that I was, I like both.
All my life I knew that I was, I like both. Like I didn't.
So I was never able to fully express myself. You know what I'm saying? But it was like you could tell that I was feminine in ways. You know what I'm saying? So like my mom used to try like her hardest to like, like try to toughen me up and this and that.
You need to sit your ass down. If I talk to your ass again, I'ma pop you in your motherfucking mouth.
That's how black mom did. So anyway, she met Major Payne at church. So when she met Major Payne at church, when she first brought us around Major Payne, it was like, I was like, filling him out, you know what I'm saying? I was talking, trying to get to know Major Payne and see if, I liked him and whatnot. So, in the midst of me getting, to, know him and da-da-da-da, when you first meet somebody, you're going to talk to them to see if, like, you like them or see how, like, y'all interact with each other, this and the third. So, that's what it was. It wasn't like, oh, I was talking to him because I like him. I was just trying to see where his head was at. So then a couple of months later, they ended up moving in. Major Payne ended up moving in. So when Major Payne moved in with us, it was given like very much.
I'm ready to get the fuck ASAP after this shit.
Major Payne was like trying to like control me and tell me what to do. Like he was like my biological dad, and my whole thing was he didn't like give me time to connect that bond, like, oh yeah, you're my stepdad, I accept you as my stepdad. He didn't give me time to do that. It was just like, I'm coming in here, you gon' listen to what I say, you gon' do what I say, cause I'm dad now, and da-da-da-da. It was given like that, and I was just like, first of all, I'm 16, so like my mind is pretty much already made up as to how I'm gonna deal with stuff and how stuff is gonna go, this and the third, right? Okay, so like several incidents happened for me and I was just like,
Listen, I really don't want to have to fuck you up. I'm gonna ask you one
I
time.
ain't feeling him. So one of them was he made me go to the store and use my own money and buy a Bible.
And
was like, we gonna set aside days of the week where we read the Bible, and you must come back with a whole scripture or a whole verse remembered, and this and the third. Don't get me wrong, I love the Lord, but you can't force religion on anybody.
And I'm blessed with period.
Force religion on anybody, because that's gonna make them not want to be interested in it. You see what I'm saying? So then, right there, I was like, no. So another situation that happened was that led up to me getting kicked out was another incident where it was like giving like, So I used to have a girlfriend at the time, and me and my girlfriend, you know, we're teenagers. We're gonna stay on the phone all day and talk to each other, and you know what I'm saying? And you know, just talk to each other because that's just what teenagers do. We on FaceTime all the time. So they told me that I couldn't be on FaceTime with her no more, but once a week or something like that, and I could only talk to her for 2 hours during that time where I was scheduled to be on the phone. So at this point, it was giving me like very much, I'm in jail. Like I got time phone calls, certain days when I can call. Like, why are y'all setting certain days where I can call somebody when it won't like that before you got here? Like, dude, slow the fuck down. Like, no, like, chill the fuck out. Like, you're not my dad. Like, chill. So then another incident was, Nikki, if y'all know me, if you know me, you know that Nikki is like, that's my boo. Like,
Queen.
I go hard for Nikki. Nikki, that's my favorite celebrity. She got me through some tough times in my life. You know what I'm saying? Her music. So he had told me that I wasn't allowed to listen to Nikki anymore because that's the devil's music, and that I love Nikki more than I love
What?
God, and that's not healthy, and this and the third. So I'm just like, so nigga, you mean to tell me you coming in telling me not to listen to motherfucking Nikki? Bitch, fuck you. Cause no, you never had to tell me that I gotta stop listening to Nikki because you said so? No, it won't. Like, it was no, bro, no. So at that point, all of these stuff is like building up, and I'm just fed up with it. Like, I'm fed up. I'm sick and tired. I'm fed up. So in June, my cousin, my FC, her graduation was coming up. I live in Virginia. She live in Maryland. So that's a little ways, but her grandmother stays in Virginia. So I was gonna ride with she asked could I ride with her grandma and go up there for the weekend for her graduation and whatnot, right? So at this point, I really wanted to go because I need a break from this house. I need a break from y'all. I need a break from you, everybody in the house, because at this point, y'all plucking my last nerve. Like, I need a break. Like, I need a break. So then, my mom said no. Remind you, this is like her sister. Like, she grew up with the girl and her whole life, and she said no. So it was like my mom was acting like brand new because Major Payne was there. It was like she was acting brand new, like real secretive, real like, it was just like a different vibe, and it wasn't there before. So I'm just like, why are you acting like that when usually it's no problem for me to go up there with my cousin. It's no problem for me to spend time with them. You know what I'm saying? So then come around, it was always kind of like, he used to try to help me out to get on my good side. So he ended up telling my mom to let me go to Maryland for the graduation. So then, you know, I ended up going and whatever. So when we on the road there, so she had came and picked me up the day before we went. So I had to miss that day of school. I think I spent the night over her house Thursday night, and we left Friday morning.
China bitch.
Instead of leaving Thursday night and going Thursday night, we just left Friday morning. So I had to miss a day of school. So they was like, call us when you get on the road and da-da-da-da. And I was like, okay. So remind you, we didn't get on the road that night. We went the next morning. So I didn't call them and let them know anything. And like, I was basically like ignoring their calls because I knew if I would have told them that we weren't leaving that night, they would have made me go to school. And then they just would have said, my candle fell out. So, and then they just would have said that I couldn't go because I was going to school and they thought that we was leaving Thursday night. Friday comes and I'm ignoring them or whatever. And then that's when they ended up finding out that we didn't leave that. Well, I think my grandma, well, I call her my grandma too, my cousin's grandma. She had answered my phone because she already knew what was going on. So it was like, she answered the phone and was like, he sleep right now. So like, you can't talk to him right now. He sleep right now. So then that's when they was like, wake him up. So then already right there, they had an attitude with me right then. Right then they had an attitude with me because we didn't leave that night and I didn't tell him that. So they was pissed off that I didn't tell him that. But to me, I didn't think it was that serious. So boom, we get down there. I had fun down there. So then I'm upset because it's time to go back to hell. It's time to go back to boot camp. Time to go back to jail with Major Payne and my mama. So boom, we get down there, and when we get back, on the way back, I'm checking my schedule because I worked at Applebee's at the time. So I'm checking my schedule and come to find out I had to work that day. So as soon as I came back. I went in the house. I went in the house. I got dressed, put on my work clothes, and then I caught a lift to work because I had to go to work like soon as I got back to the house. So Major Payne was there when I pulled up. So he was at the house and I went in the house and got my stuff. So boom, I left. So then when I came back, well, when I was at work, I don't think they came to pick me up because usually they come pick me up from work. They made me catch another lift back home because usually I would catch one there and then they come pick me up. I don't think they picked me up and I didn't think they let me know. So I had to catch a lift back home that night. Mind you, it was dark, so like they was being spiteful. So I get back home and then either that night or the next night or the next day, they called me. They used to have these little meetings, quote unquote, where they used to address everything and this, that, and the third. And I have recordings from like some of these meetings. They're on my old phone. I'ma pull those up and put them in the video. So they used to have these meetings where they just used to tell me what to do and how stuff was gonna go in the house and da-da-da. So this time we had a meeting and I recorded this meeting that I'm mentioning. We had a meeting and they was like, and he said,
I hope you had fun out of town or whatever he was saying. He said it in like a nasty way. Like I'ma find a recording. And he was like, because that'll be your last time going out for a long time because you lied to us. I would like to think when my woman is being told something, then that is what it is. And ain't no lies being told to her because, and then that's when my mom said, because if it weren't for him, then you wouldn't have went and this and that. So remember I told
y'all has like he be saying like trying to get on my good side is for brownie points. So then that's when he was like,
and since you think work is so important than anything else, I called up to your job and you ain't gotta worry about going to your job no more because you don't have a job anymore. Your job around here will be cutting the grass and cleaning up around the house and
I don't want to say fuck that bitch because that was some bullshit that she did, but I can't say that. But I have to say,
so mind you, I'm ready to fight because first of all, you don't fuck with my money.
I'm gonna kick your motherfucking ass.
What I want to do. So like, I'm like, that's my bread. Like, at least still let me have my job so I can make my money how I make my money. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't try to stop my hustle because at least I'm trying to work at 16. You know what I'm saying? So then, the conversation kept on going on. And then it was like, because I was supposed to get my license. I passed the test and everything. So I was supposed to get my license June 20 something, June 27th? No, June 26th. Yeah, June 26th I was supposed to get my license. I passed the test and whatever. So they was like, yeah, you ain't gotta worry about your license no more. You won't get that until you show improvement or show that you can respect us, whatever. I can't remember exactly the words, but like I said, I had a recording, so I try to include that. So then that was that. So then they'll say, do you have anything that you would like to say? Like after they finish, like they say, do you have anything you would like to say? And I just say no because what am I gonna say? At the end of the day, y'all made up your mind. Y'all grown, y'all made up your mind. So nothing that I say is gonna change your mind. So I don't have nothing to say. And I want the type to talk back. So I was just like, listen, y'all said what the fuck y'all said. I ain't got shit else to say. Cool. So then, as the weeks and days was going by, I used to reach out to my aunt. We gonna call her Messy because she be messy sometimes. So Messy used to check up on me, quote unquote, but it was really like to catch tea, to be nosy. So Messy used to check up on me, used to be like, how you doing, da 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 da. And I used to send her the recordings like, this was up, this was going on, and then that's when she used to say, wow, da 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 da. So my dad's side of the family, remember I told y'all my dad died? My dad's side of the family hadn't seen me in like 3 years, 2-3 years, maybe 4, because of a falling out, I'm guessing that my mom and them had or something. So it was just like, so I was under the impression of like nobody just wanted to reach me from my dad's side of the family, nobody wanted to talk to me from my dad's side of the family. So just so happened, my mom had seen my grandma on my dad's side at Walmart. Her and Major Payne seen my grandma at Walmart, and my grandma was like, why haven't I seen my grandson, and give my grandson my number so I could talk to him, because I ain't seen him in a long time, and keeping him from us this and the third. But I didn't know that. My mama didn't tell me that she seen my grandma or talked to my grandma or none of that. Like nobody like told me none of that. So my aunt had reached out to them. So somehow, some way, my dad's side of the family like researched my mom's address. And one thing my mama always told me, never give her address out. So I would never give her address out. So they somehow looked her up online or something like that and figured out where she lived at. Well, not where she lived at exactly, but the road. Like it said road, but it wouldn't show the address. It just said lives on such and such road. You get what I'm saying? So one day, just so happened, my uncle had texted my phone on my dad's side of the family. We gonna name him Johnny. So Johnny texted my phone and was like, hey nephew, I ain't see you in a minute. Can I come see you right now? And da-da-da-da-da-da. So I was like, yeah, I mean, you can come see me, but I was like, you gotta wait. Because just so happened, my mom had left the house and Major Payne had left the house. So I was like, matter of fact, yeah, sure, you come. He didn't want to come in the house. He just literally wanted to see me because he didn't see his nephew in a long time. You know what I'm saying? So he just wanted to see me. So he comes, I come out the house, he pulls up, we hugging, you know, it's like giving very much, I miss you, and like, we ain't seen each other in a minute. So it was just like a happy like situation. Like we ain't seen each other in a minute, we happy to see each other. So then, guess what, y'all? While we outside chopping it up, Major Payne pulls up. So once Major Payne pulls up, mind you, Major Payne was the type who would talk a lot of shit behind people's back, but he'll never say it to a bitch face. He'll call my mom like, oh, such and such and such, and then my mom got a related message because it was kind of like he was a pussy, you know what I'm saying? A pussy. So, yeah. So he pulls up. He sees my uncle, me and my uncle outside talking. He didn't say not a word. All he said was, what's up, bro? Like, talking to my uncle. My uncle like, what's up, bro? Like, it was like, not like, oh, it's probably this and the third. So, then a few minutes later, my mother pulls up at the house. So as soon as my mother pulls up at the house, she hop out the car like, what are you doing here? This, that, and the third. What are you doing here? Da, 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 da. You're not supposed to be here. I'm calling the police. So then once she said she calling the police, my uncle's like, go ahead, I'm not on your property. He was on the street, because he was really on the street. Because you know, when you live in like on any road, if your house is on the road, your house is your property, but the road in front of your house is not your property, or the curb, like that's not your property, that's public property. So he was like, you can go ahead, call them, da da da. So then she says, I'll be back, I gotta go in the house and get something. So right then, it took me a few seconds, but it clicked. I said, oh my God, because Major Payne had a gun. So she went in the house and was like, let me go get something. So I turned around to tell my uncle wife, cause she was in the car with the kids, where my uncle kids was in the car. So I turned around and told her, I said, she going in the house to get out of your feelings, that shit is contagious. Bitch, I live in the